Here he is at the top right, the ruthless Terran player that took JYP apart on the last map and capitalized on all his mistake. It is...
Startail Farmer!
There he is. And curious to see what kind of a strategy he's going to go for here. And here's his opponent, though. JYP. His pre-recorded Street Fighter name announcement had TSL, and so since he's not on TSL anymore, decided to omit that for now. The probe is going across the map to scout. Not going to find too much of interest. It's going to find Bomber building a depot. And is he going to build a barracks? Yes, he is. There he goes.
I'm a little bit bummed out by the last game. I'm really rooting a little bit for the underdog, and I hope that we are going to see 3 games. I just think that it's really hard on a player if he knows that he's really bad in a particular matchup, that he didn't have a lot of good games against Terran, for example, with JYP right now. So seeing him go for that gutsy move with a fast third base is something that I really like. Players like taking a chance because they know they are, well, with a back to the wall, but then doing some mistakes like this. I really hope that he can get into this mindset where he just realize, okay, just forget about the last game, concentrate on this one, play your best, just do whatever you can, and I really hope he's able to do that. But seeing those camera shots, he looks like he's not confident about that game at all.
He's really not confident at all right now. He almost killed a SCV the Probe last game. This game getting a little bit close and actually steals the second gas of Bomber, which is interesting. Guess he doesn't want to deal with any Banshees or anything like that. Marine's going to pop out momentarily and dispatch that probe. And does plant down a tech lab.
What I like about Bomber, though, by the way, is you mentioned that he didn't have all that many good games against Protoss lately, and he just had this determined look in his face that was like, okay, and now I'm going to do it. I'm not going to lose that series. I will take that guy down. Yeah,
he's been looking a little bit weaker lately. I mean, at MLG, he didn't do well at all. He lost both of his matches in MLG, and lately, I mean, he got down to Code A, obviously. He lost in Code S previous season, lost in the up and down matches, so hasn't been doing too well. And he actually left that probe alive to scout his expansion, so that was a little bit sloppy going for the assimilator and letting that probe see everything. Wow, that is interesting. Now, I'm curious, he built a tech lab and hasn't used it for anything yet, so that's kind of strange.
Stealing gas as well.
Stealing some gas.
I've seen a lot of players stealing minerals, but stealing gas is a little bit rare.
Bomber is going to be limited to only 4,996 gas in his main base. There he's finally using the tech lab to build a Marauder, but the Twilight Council going down for JYP. Interesting choice.
This looks like DTs.
Yeah, Bomber.
Double gas.
Bomber, it's funny, he's actually usually really confident. I don't know if he is like lately because he's been losing some games, but when you talk to him, you know, I remember talking to him before, even when he was just in Code A, and being like, so, how do you feel about this game versus Protoss? And he'd say, oh, I have the best turn versus Protoss in the world. He just said it straight up, like it was not anything to say. And he's a super, super confident player, which is interesting to see. There's the Dark Shrine, just like you thought. He's a really nice guy. Like, I've hung out with him once or twice, you know, and he's just a really nice, mild-mannered guy. But then when it comes to his attitude towards his games, he is just ruthless, cold-blooded killer.
Killer instinct right there, and that was exactly the look that he had when we had that shot before the game. So JYP trying to go for that Dark Shrine play, and how will Bomber react? Will he get that scan that he needs in order to prepare against that play of his opponent? We'll see about that. Nice force field, but with that force field, I think that Bomber is now aware that something is going on in that base and that he needs to know. So I'm just waiting for that one scan that Bomber does in order to scan that Dark Shrine. Right now he doesn't have an engineering bay. He has 2 command centers, therefore he has should have enough energy for a scan. But the Dark Shrine is about to finish. There are additional gates, expansion being built by JYP. He's following that up, so let's see if Bomber is actually able to defend against that, or if JYP will be able to deal that damage to Bomber that he needs to deal in order to get a significant lead in that game.
Yeah, Bomber's not scanning. He is saving up energy on his main command center, though.
But
he does have
his ramp, isn't he?
He's blocking his ramp. These DTs are coming, but he's going to have 3 scans available to him. So Bomber should be okay against this, at least to start off with. And there's the DT getting in the middle line. Bomber responds almost immediately, pulling those SCVs away.
That is so smart. As soon as JYP starts attacking those Marines, oh, will he be able to sneak to the main base?
Oh, trying to get both with 1 scan. Doesn't quite pull it off, though.
If he had waited a little bit longer until the army moved away from the ramp, he might have been able to sneak in there, but the main problem for him was that at that second Bomber controlled those units. He saw that there was something moving, but now without the energy, that DT is killing submarines.
Oh, is he gonna get the other one too? Oh, yes! Wow, very nice by Bomber. Putting those scans, waiting until they're in the perfect spot, so he can kill 2 DTs with 1 scan, and does get it, and the turret finishes, so he's able to kill that last DT.
Bomber's so smart.
So a grand total of 4 SCVs killed by JYP, including the scouting SCV.
But losing 4 DTs in the process, and I have to admit that Bomber, I mean, he blocked his ramp with the army, so as soon as JYP would have attacked, he could have just scanned, he waited for the engineering bay, built the turret, and is now attacking straight away. He knows his opponent lost a ton of resources, and this is not going to happen. I mean, look at that army. Bomber just knows exactly what he's doing right now, and he will take that base apart.
And he stims in. He's going to polish off that Nexus so quickly. JYP cannot save it, and he realizes that. He's going to try and fall back. But will he get trapped, though? He is going to get trapped. The concussive shells slowing his army. A couple of force fields going down, but they are basically meaningless at this point because the army's in the main base. He's targeting down JYP's main Nexus. The probe's coming off the line, but he's not going away. He's not kiting. The main Nexus goes down, and JYP immediately rebuilds it, but is not minding it all right now. And that is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you go for DTs and do absolutely no damage whatsoever.
Bomber is, wow. That guy is just ruthless. He realizes how far ahead he is, and he takes advantage of that. He knows that the only thing that he needs to do right now is just bunker up, because the JYP doesn't have another chance. He needs to attack. He needs to deal some damage. He lost both his bases. If he doesn't deal damage to his opponent right now, then he will lose that game, but he will lose it anyways because there are way too many bunkers. The defense of Bomber is just impeccable.
Yeah, 6 bunkers are the 5th and 6th are going to finish in just a moment here. And JYP, he walked up, took one look at those bunkers and said, no, and backed up again.
In the main base, all those probes around the Nexus, that's actually looking kind of funny. Oh, God. Look at that. This looks like a flower.
Yeah, he didn't have the money to, and there, oh, wow, and JYP GG's as soon as his Nexus finishes.
Yeah, he knows there's nothing he can do.
Wow. So, you know, in the past, I've made predictions that one player was going to absolutely trounce another, and I've been wrong in the past, but usually I'm right, and this time I was a little bit even more than right. JYP got slaughtered even harder than I thought he would be.
No chance for the Protoss player.
No,
that adds 2 more losses to his already bad record. He has 6 wins and 15 losses against Terran.
So, best of luck to JYP in meeting a Zerg or Protoss player in the next season, so that he actually stands a chance. I don't know. Again, who knows? Maybe he's going to say, this is the last straw. I'm going to go practice a lot. I'm going to be good at Protoss versus Terran next season. But, you know, he has to find a team to practice with in order for that to happen. But anyway, we're going to take a quick break here in just a moment. We're going to have some more games. Remember, Wolf is casting the other games over in the other stream. So don't forget about that. You can go to your GOM player, open up the settings, click the box that says allow multiple GOMs or whatever it is, and you can watch the other one as well. But we're going to go to a break on this stream. We'll see you in a few.